Well, the first round of the SSL Cup has come and gone. Some of these minors teams moving on, others already out. But there's still a lot to play for in the league, and at least in one case, a chance to get even for a cup elimination. Hello, everyone. I am Metafiction, and as I say, some very exciting matches for you today. First up, we'll see Kapstad, the current league leaders, in action against Seoul. Then it'll be Paris, the second place team as things stand, against Montreal United, who won the league last season. After that, it's a cup rematch as Cairo City will take on a surely very motivated North Shore United. Then we'll have Athenai versus Krung Tep, and finally Inter London versus Rapid Magyar. Certainly an exciting slate of matches for you today, as it always is, really, here in the minor division. Certainly no shortage of storylines, especially that Cairo North Shore match that we'll get to a little bit later. But we do start out in Cape Town, where the league leaders, FC Kapstad, will take on Seoul Mythic, who will be looking to try and stamp out a little bit of a title challenge. They've now moved level with AS Paris in the standings there, as you can see, only 1 point behind Kapstad. This match could therefore have quite a few implications on the title race. The match is now underway here in South Africa. It's going to be a very exciting one. Both these teams with a lot of talent and playing very similar systems. If you saw to the right there, both of them with three at the back. It's going to be interesting to see how they interact with one another with very similar tactical styles as that ball intercepted. And now here comes, I believe that's Kapstad. Apologies, the color schemes of these two teams are a little similar. Now we're going to do our best to keep things straight for you as Ahmed sends that right into the wall. Kim Hyung Min to Ahmed, who's blocked. And Hunt sending it away. Kapstad, of course, one of the early title favorites, has been fairly strong to start this season. Seoul Mythic as well, not to be outdone, certainly putting their name in the conversation. Which of these teams will prevail, or will a different challenger end up on top? For the moment, though, it's Hunt squaring it, and it's pushed away by Asprey. Back out to at like 2%. He runs to the end line, trying to cross in, and Henry Fantabins puts it away. And just before 30 minutes, it is Kapstad 1, Seoul 0. Asprey with a good save. And the defense dealing with it, but at like 2%, able to get around Gibrahimovic. Asprey again deflecting it, but it was right into the path of Fantabins. So a great finish from that range as Kapstad take the lead. Andres Desgiron, though, with the corner kick for Seoul. Desgiron back out to Stain, and it's deflected in. And about 6 minutes later, Seoul with the equalizer. Corner ricocheted back out to Desgiron. Stain had a go. Took some deflections on the way in, but it was enough to fool Hall. And so we are all square once again. Free kick for Desgiron. Hyung-min into Kawasaki. Hyung-min with the shot that skims the top of the net. Seoul took a bit to get going, but have found themselves on level terms here just before halftime, although Kapstad with the corner kick through Fantabins. Sent near post, parried away by Asprey. A dangerous corner kick, just about repelled by the Seoul goalkeeper. Kapstad still pressing, though. Here's Obranka cutting inside. Good challenge from Barr. And Fantabins winning the corner kick. Kapstad looking to pull back ahead before the half. Once again drilled to the center of the box and headed right over. Just about into stoppage time here, and Kapstad in their own half. Long ball forward, finds Fantomans. Now out to the far wing to Hunt. Bourgogne trying to get it around Kawasaki. Desjardins having nothing of it. Skavgard. Now Calderon. Calderon finding out like 2% in space. Cutting inside. And that one into the stout defense of Seoul. And that is how it will be going into the break. Kapstad were able to draw first blood, but Seoul wasting little time in finding an equalizer. And so, at halftime, it is Kapstad 1, Seoul 1. Both these teams among the title contenders at this relatively early stage in the season. Still a lot of soccer to be played, but matches like these have reverberations throughout the rest of the season. Both teams know what's at stake here. A win, even at this stage, would mean a lot in about 10 games' time. Anticipation builds here in Cape Town as we get ready for the second half of what has been a fairly enthralling game so far, really coming into life at the tail end of that first half. Substitute on for Kapstad, it's Kupinas. And Red Panda and Bread Lasso make their way onto the pitch for Seoul. Panda trying to get around at like 2%. Blackwood instead cuts inside, and Lasso almost making an immediate impact. As it is, it's a corner kick. And Desjardins sending it in. Trying to find a friendly head, but can't. And the ball forced back out of danger. Kapstad having had the better of the chances thus far, but Seoul with a fairly resolute defending performance. 30 minutes left to play, and I think there's still at least a goal in it. It's it's Seoul coming forward. But ultimately rebuffed by Kapstad. Although Seoul win it high up the pitch. Desjardins with the ball to Bar. Calderon forcing outside, and a good challenge to win the ball away from a dangerous position. Seoul continue to press though. Here's Bar with the cross to the far post. Trying to find Panda, who heads it down. Blackwood forced out of the box. At like 2%, dives but can't get purchase. Panda turns and shoots, and it's right at Hall. Seoul really building the pressure here as Ahmed sends this corner in near post. It's headed away though by the Kapstad defender. Now it's Kapstad's turn for a threatening set piece. Hunt stands over the free kick. Over the wall and pushed away by Asprey. It looked like it was heading top corner. Asprey, good reflexes to get in front of that. Now Hunt sends in the corner kick. Headed up. Calderon sends it back out. Tries again. And Asprey once again alive to it. Kapstad again with a threat. Calderon trying to find the ball over the top, but Blackwood deals with it professionally. Quickly worked up. Now here's Heung-min trying to get around Obranca, but losing out. Kupinas. Past Blackwood. Dangerous shot. Or dangerous position, rather. And the shot forces the corner. Fantomans stands over the delivery as 15 minutes remain. And Kupinas' header sends it out for a goal kick. Seoul probing for an opening. A good challenge by Skavgard, but doesn't win the ball. Desjardins up the line to Bar. Cuts inside. A long shot. And it wasn't far off from Bread Lasso. Pushed behind by Asprey for a corner kick. Ahmed, near post, and once again headed away. Through the bar. Bar at the end line. And Ashworth saving a corner. Bar getting into a very dangerous position to lay it off to a teammate there. Instead, the corner kick goes in and is sent clear by Obranca. Sol, though, still pushing. The shot goes just wide. I believe that was Ahmed. This match balanced on a knife edge as we head into the final 10 minutes. Again, Kapstad just with the edge on XG, but it's the scoreboard that counts, and Hunt stands over this free kick. Sent in, and that skims the top of the net. DeWitt with the long ball, trying to switch play, but headed down. And now Barr. Blackwood out on the far wing. Through ball to Panda. Is this a chance? It's pushed over. Sol with some really good chances in this second half, but yet to find a winner. Corner goes in, headed up, and headed out well by Calderon. A quick passing in from Sol, but dealt with by Kapstad. Only 1 minute of added time, and it's passed quickly. Perhaps one last chance here for Sol, as Ahmed dribbling it through the center. And the pass back to Blackwood, worked into Hyung Min, who wins the corner with only seconds to play. Desjardins standing over what will likely be the last real chance of the game for either team. Sent near post, headed, and missed by Stain. And that is the match. Kapstad and Sol sharing honors here today. Kapstad having the better of it early on, but Sol very gradually working their way back into the match and earning a draw. Just about a fair result in this commentator's opinion. Alex Stain, the player of the match, the captain with the equalizer for Sol Mythic. And so we are all square in Cape Town, 1-1, the final in our first match of the day. Next up, we move to AS Paris, who will be taking on Montreal United. Certainly a tough ask for Paris, as they are facing the reigning minor division champions. Montreal, for their part, only a few points off of Kapstad at the beginning of the day, only 3 points behind, still very much a part of this title race. Should be another very exciting match as these two heavyweights slug it out. AS Paris, of course, benefiting from some excellent work that's been done over the last few seasons with that organization, but Montreal also certainly a formidable presence in any context, and once again, both teams with similar tactical setups, 3 at the back for both sides. It's becoming a very popular formation here in the SSL, that 3 at the back with 2 holding midfielders. Certainly teams such as Sao Paulo having shown effectiveness with that sort of setup. And Skavgard winning the ball away. Now here's Power. Power trying to hit the through ball to Sinclair. But Paris now have it back. Dybala, though, can't get it to Habjanic. Bit of a scramble for the ball, but it does land with Paris, at least for the moment. And it's going to be a free kick. Skavgard putting in the free kick for Montreal, and Sarek King finishes it. Well, it's a great set piece here. Dina Skovgaard sending it to the opposite post. And King, with a tight angle on the header, makes it Paris 0, Montreal 1, with the first real chance of the match. And that's the sort of lethal finishing that made Montreal champions last season. It makes them favorites again this season as Power in on goal and wins the corner. Kerrigan with a good save. Bull on the corner, out to Sinclair at the edge of the area. Power loses out and goes down in the box, and that's a penalty. Well, it's Xavier to take the penalty and beats Kerrigan. And just like that, Montreal up 2-0 against Paris. Well, it's a great penalty by Xavier here, sending Kerrigan the wrong way. Hit with power and doubling Montreal's advantage. And again, it's a corner for Montreal. Back out to Power, who takes the shot this time, and it's blocked immediately. Montreal still with possession, but forced back ever so slightly. Bull turns, trying to get around McFootcakes. 1-2 with Clark. But that back pass intercepted by Sower wide. There's been a lot of excitement early on in this one. Montreal with a flurry of chances, but Dybala nearly getting a shot off for Paris there. Another corner for Montreal. Bull once again out to Sinclair at the edge of the area. This time, Sinclair goes for it themselves and wins a corner kick at the other side. Skovgaard will still take. This time sent far post and headed away by Slabhead. Cross comes back in, but dealt with. And now Angelizzi coming forward for Paris. Up the line for Dybala. Can't quite keep it in bounds, though. Would have been a great move, but the pass overhit by Lizard. And as we pass the 30-minute mark, the team's sort of settling into a rhythm. Montreal content to play out their dominance as best they can, but Paris still pushing as they have a throw-in deep in the Montreal half. Sowerwine makes good on that chance. Well, developed off the throw-in, and it's a lifeline for Paris here. Aoi send it into Sowerwine, who shot, and that's a brilliant placement on that finish. Tucking it out of the way of the defender and the goalkeeper, and still managing to put it in the net. Paris still down by another goal, but as we enter halftime, we'll certainly be happy with being able to get back in this match at the very least. Montreal have been dominant, but Paris have just found their way back into this potentially. It's all going to ride on the second 45. At halftime, it is Paris 1, Montreal 2. King and Xavier with the goals for Montreal United, who have a 1.77 to 0.26 advantage in XG. They've also dominated possession. The question remains, can they see this out? Certainly a bit of a slower start this season than they had last season, Montreal, but still have to be considered one of the top teams in this division. While AS Paris have been improving year on year, season on season. But do they have it in them to catch up to and ultimately surpass the reigning champions? Time will tell, and the managers discussing it with their teams in the dressing rooms. And now the second half begins. And immediately offside for Montreal. Ball goes Paris' way. A little bit too eager there. Zerwine trying to reset to Kerrigan. Wintz out to Lizard. Paris do have numbers coming forward. Potential chance here. Lizard with the cross to the far post. Headed away there. Had taken possession, trying to find Aoi, but Clark heading it away. Lizard with a through ball to Belmont, and Belmont might have just tied it, but no, it's ruled offside. Belmont going just a bit too early. And now Montreal have a corner with a chance to restore the 2-goal lead. It's Bull sending it to the edge of the box once again. And the shot from Sinclair well wide. Now Paris building from the back. It's Wintz. Long ball forward to Habjanic. Has a little bit of space. And able to win the corner kick after that good recovery tackle. Habjanic drills it into the middle of the box, but Williams with no trouble there. Peterson trying to dribble around the Paris defense. Pass intercepted by Dybala, and now here come Paris on the break. It's the 1-2 to Dybala, and squares it to Belmont. And this time, surely, Belmont is onside. It's a great breakaway goal here. Habjanic passing to a streaking Dybala, who squared it immediately for Belmont. Williams needs to do a little better at the near post there, but it's a great finish by Belmont. Take nothing away. And onside just that time. And so Paris have leveled it here in the second half. 2-2. Now Bull to the end line. Good challenge from McFootcakes. Back out. And here's Skavgard shooting and going just wide. Was in a very dangerous position, but could get the finish between the sticks. Montreal now committing a little bit more of a presence forward as they look for that go-ahead goal once again as Power forces a block. And it's back to Skavgard. Back out to Skavgard on the far wing. Cross in, and that's deflected behind by Head. With the bounce that took, it's fortunate that it didn't ricochet into the goal. As the corner comes in, he is headed away by Soerwine. Wintz trying to find Belmont and does. Habjanic. Lizard lost the pass but won it back. Now Dybala. Dybala with a tight pass to Wintz, who shot it right at Williams. As Paris coming into their own in this second half. But Bull with the free kick. Skavgard finds Bull. The ball deflected away, and now Paris coming forward again. Here's Dybala. Tripped up by Clark, but referee says play on. Habjanic through to Soerwine. And ruled offside, and Dybala down there. Will play on, though. Bit of a heart-and-mouth moment there for AS Paris. Skogard over the top for Sinclair, who shoots, and it's just wide. Now Bjanic with a free kick from deep. Dybala turns, takes it, and fires! And Paris have completed the resurrection. They were down 2-0, and now they lead 3-2. A fantastic move by Dybala. And all of a sudden, the champion's in a lot of trouble here. Lizard winning the ball. Nearly losing out, but sends the cross in. And Soerwein so nearly finishing from close range. Just about 10 minutes to play. Montreal looking for an equalizer. Lizard trying to find Dybala but can't, but it runs to Belmont, who misses. And suddenly it's Paris in the ascendancy with all of the chances. Montreal yet to find a really good chance in this latter stage of the match, and with 4 minutes of added time moving by rapidly, Paris are going to win a richly deserved victory here. Free kick goes in to the edge of the area, headed over, but Paris will not mind in the slightest as they walk away with a great victory over Montreal. 3-2 the final score. Paris going down 2-0 in the early stages, within 15 minutes in fact. But a great comeback over the course of the rest of the game. Paris able to hold on to victory at the end. It's Dybala who gets your player of the match with a goal and assist. The decisive goal, as it turned out. Strong performance from Dybala and from all of Paris to remain fighting even when they were down 2 goals. Montreal will be a little set back by this. They thought they had the game well in hand early on, but did that complacency come back to bite them? Goals from Xavier and King proving cold comfort on this occasion. And that might go down as one of the results of the season. Paris with a 3-2 victory with the comeback over Montreal United, the reigning champions. A bit of a surprise, but Paris have been playing well this season, and they richly deserve that victory. Next up, it is Cairo City taking on North Shore United. This is a rematch of the first round of the Cup that recently wrapped up. Certainly some acrimonious feelings lingering, one would imagine, between these two sides. The two-legged tie went to a penalty shootout, which saw Cairo City victorious in an absolute nail-biter. North Shore out of the Cup and will be looking for revenge in the league against the team that made it that way. It's been a bit of a slow start for North Shore, who are traditionally one of the top teams in the minors. Cairo, meanwhile, having a much better start to this season than they did last season, thanks in part to a bit of a youth movement. Almost an entirely new team from this most recent prospect draft. Match is underway as Cairo winning the ball in their own defensive third. Bit of a scramble here. Ball falls to Mitadiero, who's forced out wide. Slack Terrace. The cross comes in, and it's headed just wide by Julian O'Sullivan. Anders will have the goal kick here. Anders hits it to nobody in particular. Ultimus chasing Knezovic out wide there. Sinclair. And now Ultimus. Ultimus with the poor pass, though, and it's deflected in by Bimitar Derbatov. North Shore coming to play, coming to prove a point. They've gone up within 4 minutes. What's the pass here from Ultimus? Slakteris can't bring it under control. Rashford, the third, looked like was shooting it themselves, but Derbatov able to head it past Kanders. And now it's a corner kick at the other end. Nudge sends it in near post, and it's headed in by Terminus Ultimus. One of the tallest players, one of the biggest aerial threats in the SSL minor division, gets on the board here, and Cairo equalize. It's a great near post corner. Ultimus almost unmarked. And this has all the makings of a classic, ladies and gentlemen. Warwick trying to get up the side and does past Notch. Ball in for Rashford, who sends it off the post, scrambling in the box. Ultimus sends it clear. Ramos trying to head it up the pitch, but Rock of Gibraltar gets to it. North Shore continuing to press their attack. Here's Warwick getting the better of Nudge again, squaring it, and Julian O'Sullivan puts North Shore back in the lead. This is real end-to-end stuff right now. North Shore with a well-worked goal to reclaim the advantage. Hank Denstro couldn't get over to stop O'Sullivan in time. And it is Cairo 1, North Shore 2. And now it's another chance for North Shore. It's Rashford sending the ball to the near post. Gerard, though, missing with the header. And he's sending the long ball on the free kick. Brought down by Slakteris. Slakteris had started the season on the bench, but now making their Cairo City debut. Eagle-eyed viewers will notice that Ronflex has been moved to the Tokyo SC setup in exchange Xavius Kenderlin, who started the major season very strongly for Tokyo, now playing in Cairo. What effect will that have as Nudge forced to the corner, and Warwick winning the ball away. And now a potential break on for North Shore as it's hit over the top. It lands for Derbatov, and Kanders with the save, but Derbatov ruled offside. Ball won away by Sturm. And now Cairo trying to bring something forward, but Gibraltar nicking the ball away. Mobek. Now Gerard. North Shore's back line passing it amongst themselves here. Through to Knezovic. And now comes the attack. Back to Gerard. Patient possession here from North Shore. Into Diero. And now O'Sullivan trying to find the through ball to Derbatov. Derbatov dribbling through the defensive line. Hassa can't get the challenge. And Derbatov makes it 3 for North Shore. Well, it's a great build-up for North Shore, and it's capped with a well-taken strike. Derbatov weaving around the defense of Cairo and sending it opposite post from Kanders, who can do nothing about it. North Shore seizing the moment, getting some measure of revenge so far as things stand for their ignominious cup exit. A team that once won the SSL Cup over its own majors affiliate, knocked out in the first round this time around. Cairo winning the ball in their own third. Trying to break this pass, but that back pass is poor. It's Derbatov who finishes it. And it just goes to show you cannot make mistakes against a press like this. Sinclair trying to get the ball under control, trying to pass it back to Ultimus. but Durbatov lurking. And North Shore rapidly pulling away in this one. Header battle, it falls to Andrews. Over the top, Durbatov. Durbatov! And this has gotten ugly in a hurry. With only 5 minutes left to play in the first half, Cairo City find themselves down 5-1. It seemed at first that Cairo would be competitive in this match, matching North Shore's first goal. But since that moment, aside from New Zealand, have been absolutely dominant. But the cross comes in from Denstro. It's headed away. Narvaez brings it under control. Low cross again. Naj from range and wins the corner. Or no, he doesn't. It's a goal kick. Apologies. It looked like it took a deflection. And so at the half, Cairo City fans will be forgiven for perhaps not being enthused with the current state of affairs, as North Shore with a dominant 5-1 lead at the half. It's been a poor day at the office for Cairo City goalkeeper Dalton Canders II so far. Certainly still time to turn it around, but it is a tall order for this Cairo side. Meanwhile, North Shore absolutely coasting as things stand, leading by almost just a bit over 2 XG, actually. It's a wide gap. And once again, I remind the viewers, stranger things have happened in the SSL. Substitution for Cairo as Zizou Lapta making their way onto the pitch for Sergei Naj. The veteran on that left wing, hoping to breathe some life into this Cairo side. Not much happening in this second half thus far, but Cairo do now have a corner kick. Narvaez standing over it, sends it to the near post, but it's headed away. Narvaez trying again, weaving out Ultimus. Looked like it was going down in the box, but Narvaez with a great shot. Well, we have to see that one again. It looked like the move had sort of petered out right there, but Narvaez able to get the ball back under control and let loose a great effort from range to get past Mobek. And have Cairo started believing again. With less than 30 minutes, though, their task remains daunting. Sinclair loses out to Knezovic, but it's back to Ultimus. Lapta crosses in, and the shot from Kenderland ricochets off the post. Now the break, potentially from North Shore, is O'Sullivan coming forward. Hassa, though, intercepts. This Cairo team, very recently an abject collection of individuals. Last season, one of their worst in history, but this time over the top for Kenderland, who squares it to Sturm, and Sturm with an open goal. And all of a sudden, the outlook, not quite so bleak. Still 2 goals down, but they have the deficit. It's a free kick here from North Shore, looking to reassert as they miss just wide, clanging off the post it looked like. Cairo, though, with another chance as Lapta sends in the free kick. It's headed back out to Andrews now. Sinclair winning the ball away. Cairo come forward again. Kenderlin, though, tripped up. North Shore looking to sort of ease the pressure, take a bit of a breath. Some controlled passing here as O'Sullivan in a threatening position, squaring it to Derbatov. Derbatov trying to ice it. And it's a corner kick. Rashford, corner sent away by Denstro. Back into Rashford. O'Sullivan, and it's a good save from Canders. Finish could have been better from O'Sullivan, but Canders looking to rebound from a rough first half. Slack Terrace knocking the ball away. North Shore sort of seeking to reassert dominance here. Into Diero, cutting past defenders and shooting just over. Lopta trying to find a teammate over the top but can't. Gets another chance. Cuts outside. Back in Sinclair. And Kenderlin with another near miss. Lopta tripped up there, but the referee, seeing nothing wrong with it, waves play on. North Shore coming forward. Inezovic resetting. North Shore could benefit with just taking an extra second on the ball here to dwell on their lead, to try and slow things down, but instead they're pushing forward. It's Derbatov with another chance on goal, and this time some of the velocity taken off of it for Canders. Ball inside for Andrews, over the top. Denstro, though, trying to head it clear. Buys a little bit of space as Rashford picks it up. Back inside the box and knocked away. Andrews now to Warwick. Warwick with the cross and ball with a chance that goes begging. North Shore, having suffered a bit of a blip, seem to be back in control of this one as the hopes for the comeback starting to dwindle for Cairo. Warwick with the cross at the end line, but it's headed away. Good pressing from Sturm, wins the ball for Cairo, and now Slack Terrace. Tank Denstro over the top, trying to find Ramos, but can't. Passing up the middle for North Shore. Here's Knezovic. Ultimately sent back. Challenge from Ramos, but doesn't dislodge the ball. And now Rashford. Rashford into the box. And a strong foot in by Hassa. As we approach 10 minutes remaining plus added time, the corner comes in and Canders pulls it down. Ball intercepted by Narvaez. Now Sinclair. Good pass, and now it's through to Lopta. Bit of a break here for Cairo. And Lopta brought down in the box, and the referee gives a penalty. It's Terminus Ultimus to stand at the spot. And buries it. And surely not. Surely Cairo not about to potentially come back here. The penalty was right at Mobek, but for some reason Mobek unable to save it, as if it phased through Mobek almost. And now the ball forward to Lopta. And it's Ramos! The Mummies have risen from 4 goals down to tie it. An incredible effort from Cairo. It's a great finish from Ramos, well set up by Lopta. And somehow or other, Cairo have come back, down 5-1 at the half. And it is tied 5-square in the dying minutes. What a comeback this has been. Ball now coming forward for North Shore, looking to try and reassert the lead. O'Sullivan with a dangerous chance, but it's skied over the bar. And Cairo in no hurry. Now playing for the draw. North Shore with the burden of proof to try and reclaim their 3 points that looked so comfortable at the half. But they won't have time. Cairo City with an incredible comeback. They've somehow managed to turn a 5-1 deficit into a 5-5 draw. Incredible fight back for the side from Egypt. It's 2 goals from Terminus Ultimus that lead the way. Dimitar Dervatov, your player of the match, with 4 goals to their name. But ultimately, North Shore walking away with just 1 point. And questions to answer next match day. It's a result very reminiscent of their cup tie, both legs ending in a draw, only resolved by penalties. But Cairo City with a great comeback, able to force the issue and earn a point against North Shore. Next up, we move to Greece, where Athens FC will take on Krung Tep. And how do you follow a match like that? The last 2 matches really having so much in the way of excitement. Krung Tep and Athens occupying the middle spots in the standings, but still both with a bevy of talent at their disposal. An off-center formation, you could even say, for Krung Tep. And there you see 6th and 7th for Krung Tep and Athens respectively. Still, neither of these teams to be underestimated, as I've said. Both perfectly capable of performing incredibly well on their day. It's Athens who get us started going left to right in the blue and white checkers. Morgan Stern able to get past Mamba, only for the moment though. It's a corner kick here for Ruben. Sending it near post, headed up into the air. And now Vandersloff. Or Aquavius. Can't quite bring it under control. Bit of a scramble for the ball in midfield. And now here comes Knight. Tut. Out to Mamba. And now Elliott. Through ball. And it's shot by Patterson, but Satoshi able to hold on. Patterson ruled offside. Morgan Stern. Handed with the 1-2 to Santori. Santori from close range. And Athens out to an early lead, courtesy of Giacomo Santori. Morgan Stern hit the pass into Panda, who redirected it expertly to Santori. And Gunleifson powerless to stop it. So we restart play with Athens 1, Krung Tep 0. Morgenstern. Some good passing here on this near wing, but one away by Krumtep. Mamba carrying it forward now. Passes out to Knight. Now Elliott shoots and forces the save. Mamba. Sent in near post, and that's headed over. Gunleifson over the top. Krumtep looking to exploit any weakness in this Athenai side. Losing out, though, is Mamba. Stands still, forward to Vandersloot, and then back to the goalkeeper. Ultimately brought down by Kanicki. Kanicki past Green, crosses in, but it's headed away by Drastafield. Now the break for Krumtep. Here's Mamba. Out to Knight. Knight through ball. Here's Elliott. And it's another save by Satoshi. And that one rolls out for a deep throw in. Now Laura Quavius. Vandersloot from range. Forces the save out of Gunleifson. Corner kick here for Rubin. And that one headed behind. Almost, but Panda puts it back. And Athenai double their advantage just before the 15-minute mark. The initial set piece rebuff, but still thinking quickly, finds Panda in a lot of space. It banks in off the post. And great placement on that by Panda to make it Athenai 2, Krumtep 0. Krumtep with a lot of work to do. Mamba, though, taking the touch pass. Morgenstern, and from a tight angle at close range, Satoshi saves. And that header at the near post going well over. Panda takes the shot and sends it over. Krumtep's attack there almost nullified, but able to keep it alive is Caetano. Louis sending it back. And Krumtep will reset. Elliott. Caetano sending it back again. Now Knight. Elliott on the far wing. Rubin in pursuit, but Elliott able to get the cross in, and that's headed right at Satoshi by Roger. And that one, a threatening chance by Kanicki, deflected behind for another corner kick. Panda with another long shot, headed away. Vandersloot can't get to it. Now another break potentially on for Krumtep, but Panda tracks back well to stop it. Corner kick though for Krumtep. Sent near post, and Bobby Green pulls one back. Well, it's another well-delivered set piece at the near post. And Green rising above the defenders to put that one away. And Krumtep now have one to hold on to with this free kick. Nearly into a dangerous position. One ball over the top, and this time Gunleifson holds on to it. Out wide to Elliott. Trying to get past Ruben. Able to put the cross in at the end line. Had the striker lurking, but Patterson couldn't finish it. Chance here. Roger squaring it and Caetano winning the corner. Krungtep pushing for that equalizer before halftime. It's a corner kick from Elliott, near post, and to Thiel nearly putting it in the net, but Satoshi with strong hands. Panda chips it forward to Ruben in a dangerous position, but Gunleifson with a good save. Corner kick from Ruben. Bit of a scramble and Panda's shot well off the mark. And so at the half, Athenai with a less than comfortable 2-1 lead. Krungtep really giving the Greek side all they can. Currently, though, trailing by 1 goal. Will they have enough about them in the second half to force an equalizer? Or will Athenai be able to hold on to this one? They've been just about in lockstep in terms of XG. It's been a very even match. It'll be a fascinating second half without a doubt. Two teams very evenly matched, at least on this occasion. So the second half underway here. Elliott sending it back. Now Knight. Not as much to report so far in this second half. Athenai passing amongst the back, but Vandersloot loses the ball in a dangerous position, and Roger hitting it off the post. And now we know where the Stormtroopers got their aim. It was a really good position there for Roger, just missing. But Krungtep will have a chance to make good on it. Patterson. Elliott squares it. And Tonto Tut has the equalizer. Well, they've been pushing for it for the better part of this half and the last stretch of the first half. And now they've got it. It was a near miss from a well-taken position from Roger earlier, but now Tonto Tut making it 2-2 here in Athens. Ruben to the near post for Athenai. That's squared, and Panda blocked behind. Ruben again at the near post. And Panda scuffing that finish. And now Krungtep potentially coming forward. Nicked away though, but Kaniki had no support. Elliott takes the ball in stride and running up that far wing. Santori though does well to win it away. Over the top, this time it's Ruben again. With Kaniki in the center, goes themselves. And Gunleifson would have been beaten, but it was blocked well wide. And that court ultimately dealt with. Ruben, though, up, winning the ball in a dangerous position. Kaniki able to win another corner, and Athenai continuing to pile on the pressure here. Ruben near post, sent away though. Now Panda. Back to Morgenstern, but to Thiel there to stop it. At least for the moment. And again, some good defensive work by Drasta Thiel here. Mama now coming forward for Trung Tep. Panda trying to give chase. Cross goes in. Into the box and headed over. Patterson with a miss there. Vandersloth with a chance to pull back ahead, but blocked. Ball back over the top, and Panda just misses with the header. Gets the angle completely wrong. Ball through to Ruben. Dangerous chance here, but Gunnleifsson up to the task. Ruben near post. And it's scrambled away. Time ticking down. Neither of these teams able to find that winner. That touch from Mamba, a little loose, and now Athenai picking up the ball. Tap winning it back at midfield, and now here comes Patterson. Patterson cutting inside, squaring it, goes for himself, and Dom Patterson, rather than squaring it, has the potential winner here for Trung Tep. Well, it genuinely looked like it was an attempt to square it, but as far as I can tell, now that I look at the replay, indeed, it looked like Patterson was going for the finish the entire time. A great strike from Patterson as Trung Tep lead Athenai late on. And now we have a corner kick. Trung Tep potentially able to seal their victory. Near post headed away by Laura Quavius. It's back out to Caetano. And they're trying to pass forward but couldn't find anybody. Mamba. And now here's Elliott. Patterson losing out there. Ruben looking to get the equalizer here for Athenai. Cuts it back. Here's Lorenzo. Back into Ruben and wins the corner. 4 minutes of added time to be played. But it might not be enough for Athenai. Bit of loose sequence of passes there for Trung Tep, but they do eventually bring it under control. Konicki trying to press amongst that back line, trying to cut off those passing lanes. But Trung Tep able to hold possession here, trying to bleed out the clock just a little bit. To Thiel, trying to cross, but Laura Quavius heading it down. And now the break is on for Athenai. Konicki. Chased by Green, cutting inside, looking for Panda, but nothing doing. And now it's Trung Tep coming forward. Mamba, back into Tut, already with a goal, shoots, nearly had a second. Good save, though, from Satoshi. About a minute left to play, and it's a corner kick for Trung Tep. Taking their time on this one, trying to whittle away as many seconds as they can manage. Sent clear by Morgenstern. Time quickly ticking down. Only seconds remain. Passed in, Tut, trying to square it. Ultimately sent clear, and there won't be time for another reply from Athenai. Trung Tep, your victors here today. The final score, 3-2 over Athenai. Soren Panda and Giacomo Santori with the goals for Athenai, but unable to walk away with a victory. Meanwhile, it's an incredible result for Krung Thep. Dom Patterson, your player of the match, with the winner. Bobby Green and Tonto Tot also contributing with goals. A strong showing all around from Krung Thep. Went behind early, but able to come back and win it. And there you have it in Athens. 3-2 the final score to the visitors. Krung Thep victorious, taking the 3 points. And now we come to our final match of the day. It is Inter London taking on Rapid Magyar SC. Rapid, of course, with a bit of a slow start this season. The expansion side currently last in the table. Meanwhile, Inter London will be hoping for a little bit better showing than they had last time out, or last season, rather. Still, though, coming off of a fairly impressive draw with Montreal United, 2-2. It's an unorthodox formation, to be sure, for Rapid Magyar. There you see Rapid currently on 0 points for the season. Inter London, for their part, not faring much better going into today. It's Rapid Magyar getting us kicked off in the purple. Albinson losing out, though, to Davidovic. Justinison. Van Gerritsen into Jim Matthias. One away, though, by London. Here's Kane. Through to Van Eindhoven. Van Eindhoven shoots it from a very tight angle, and Inter London take the lead. Well, it's a good tackle from Jim Matthias to win the ball, or tackled away from Jim Matthias. Apologies. Inter London doing well to win that ball and taking a very early lead. Van Gerritsen with the corner from Rapid, but headed over. Kaufman trying to win that ball away, but couldn't quite get there. Stamp heads it right at Neuer. Scott to Jim Matthias. Jim Matthias from a tight angle, and Thomas Jim Matthias equalizes. Well, Jim Matthias had lost the ball, leading to Inter London's first goal, but making good at the other end of the pitch. And it's a very tight angle to finish from. Sneaks it past Neuer and equalizes for Rapid. And now it's Justinison standing over the corner kick for Rapid. And that one's almost scrambled in, but Neuer able to keep it out. It's a very interesting formation from Rapid, looking to try and build through the middle here. Sacrificing a little bit on their left wing, but it's Stamp who wins the corner. And Gerritsen, the wing back in that slightly more advanced role on the flank, sends the corner in, but it's headed back out. And Gerritsen offside. And this is a huge blow for Rapid as Diego Budo, taken off with injury, will not be able to continue. The super sub will have to come on. It's a bit of a blow here for Magyar, but they do have a free kick, and it wasn't far off. Another corner kick as Rapid now in the ascendancy. Near post, headed off the bar and over. Some very dangerous threats here from Rapid, and it's another free kick, courtesy of Jim Matthias. Trying to bend it in top corner, Neuer though able to get over to stop it. Still a very strong corner or free kick there, and it's won them a corner. Ultimately though, that corner coming to nothing. Now it's London at the other end. Their first real moment of opportunity since that opening goal. Van Eindhoven with a long-range strike. My goodness. A beautiful, brazen effort by Van Eindhoven. And the 1-2 here with Ripley Dieter. Takes a great shot. Gets it past von Bismarck. And Inter London find themselves once again back in the lead just before halftime. How will Rapid respond? Here's Stamp though, in a dangerous shot and shoots it right at Neuer. Well, here we are at the half, and Inter London find themselves ahead despite being behind by a fairly wide margin in expected goals. Rapid having had the bulk of the threatening chances thus far, but it's been a pair of great strikes from Ryan Van Eindhoven that have proved the difference thus far. That early strike that put Inter London ahead in the first place. And then we just saw moments ago that long-range effort from just outside the box that resulted in a second goal to once again move Inter into the lead. Rapid, meanwhile, have had, as I said, the bulk of chances. Only one goal to show for it thus far, though. They'll have 45 minutes to try and make good on that promise, but London currently lead 2-1 and have kicked this off here in the second half. That pass, though, well overhit. Dieter with the throw-in finds Q. Now Kronkowski shoots from range and goes just wide. Stamp. Crosses to the far post. Headed away, but Van Gerritsen able to pick it up. Cross comes back in, but nothing doing. Now London trying to break through Van Eindhoven. Q as they switch the play to the opposite flank. Here's Dieter. Dieter pass into Kronkowski in a dangerous position, and it takes a deflection and goes in. Bob Kronkowski extending the lead. It was a great counter by London, well worked. And Dieter with that great pass to Kronkowski. Here it is again. It looked like it took a bit of a glance off of von Bismarck, or perhaps that Magyar defender. But whatever happened on that goal line, it is Inter London 3, Rapid Magyar 1. Rapid will feel hard done by this scoreline, but they are coming forward to try and level it a bit as Van Gerritsen's shot forces the corner. Jockeying for position in that box, and it's headed up into the air. Stamp back out to Scott, who finishes well over. Rapid still leading on expected goals, but not by as much as they did at the half. And they win the ball in their own box. London now coming forward, trying to make a little bit more of a chance for themselves. Not just to extend the lead, but also to create even more chances. And Gerritsen trying to head that away, but it ends up back with the defense. Dieter forced into the corner. Gronkowski back to Dieter. Trying to find Q and does. Van Eindhoven on a hat trick. Can't quite get it on target. And with that chance, Inter London pulling ahead in expected goals. And they've started to create some real chances here, as here is Kane squaring it, trying to find Kaufman. But nothing doing in that ball, shot well over. Inter London had a bit of a slow start, yet found themselves up, and now 2 goals to the good are really waking up here. Corner kick for Rapid, trying to claw back a little bit of this deficit. Sent near post, headed up into the air and sent away. Scott, though, able to get to it. Out wide to Van Gerritsen. Coming back, trying to get to the center and shoots into a defender for another corner. Ball falls to Scott, trying to dribble around Gronkowski, but it's cleared. Less than 15 to play as Inter London, holding on to their lead in this one, have pulled ahead in terms of chances. And now they're creating another one. Davidovic, though, losing out. Only for a moment. Now Dieter trying again. Cross. Von Bismarck comes out to claim it. Off of the head, practically, of Van Eindhoven. Van Eindhoven, remember, on a hat trick, will be pressing for that third, but it's Rapid who come forward. Albinson, who has picked up a knock here, out wide to Van Gerritsen. Cross comes in. Justinissen lurking, but Neuer in the right position. Less than 10 to play, and here come Rapid again, but that pass under hit, or perhaps over hit. Either way, missed it. London now coming forward. Scott easily able to catch up to Dieter, but the cross goes in, finding Davidovic completely unmarked, but the finish just was not where it needed to be. Time running out for Rapid to try and find an equalizer. They'd need 2 more goals to do so. Matthias now coming out wide with the ball. Passes around the defense to Stamp, and Jared Scott pokes it home. And there may be just enough time to level the match. It's a great pass here from Jim Matthias, a curved effort. Stamp sending it in, and Scott getting a foot to it before Neuer can stop it. An expert tap in. Well, tap in is harsh. It's an expert point-blank deflection, shall we call it. And Magyar winning the ball high up the pitch. Pressure in the box. Frantic defending from Inter, but they do get it clear eventually. And into added time, 3 minutes on top of what we've already played. London trying to get the ball forward, out of harm's way. It's Kane. Van Gerritsen with a sliding challenge. Rapid win the ball, and now Jim Matthias carries it forward. Trying to lay it off to Stamp, but Q able to intercept. London come forward again. Here's Gronkowski. Stamp in pursuit, gets a foot in, but can't win possession. Gronkowski forces the corner. It's an absolute nail-biter here at the Party Dome, as Inter London trying to hold on to their lead here. Dieter sends it in the corner kick to the near post. It's headed away. And Eindhoven still looking for that hat trick. Might not get it. One last gasp here perhaps for Rapid. Out wide to Van Gerritsen, but can't get there. And the referee has seen enough. Inter London able to hold on to a 3-2 victory over Rapid Magyar. It's ultimately a brace for Ryan van Eindhoven that earns Van Eindhoven Player of the Match honors, a brace in total. Bob Kronkowski also contributing a goal. Thomas Gimatheus and Jared Scott doing the damage for Rapid, but it wasn't to be on this occasion. A strong effort from Rapid, had spells of dominance in the match, but ultimately unable to make them count. And so Inter London with the 3 points. And with that, let's take you to a quick recap of today's results, as well as the current standings after that very, very exciting, very enthralling match day 6. You see there, Kapstad and Seoul with the 1-1 draw. AS Paris coming back to defeat the champions Montreal United. That incredible 10-goal thriller in Cairo City and North Shore honors even 5-5. Then it was Krung Thep winning over Athens FC 3-2, and we just witnessed Inter London defeating Rapid Magyar 3-2. Currently, AS Paris occupy top spot. Kapstad 1 point behind, Seoul 2 behind. Those three currently in pole position, but there's still a lot of soccer to be played yet. We cannot wait to have you join us for the next Minors Match Day, as well as the latter stages of the Cup. It's going to be very exciting to see how the Minors teams that made it through progress in that competition. But until then, thank you so much once again for joining us. This has been Metafiction. Until next time, take care.